people like to do their projects?
So today we're doing the debugging stuff, and in Swift it's built into the debugging, so you don't actually have to worry about it. So the stuff that I'm going to talk about at the beginning, it's built into your projects. You'll work on the debugging. So when everyone's working on the debugging, you can pull up the beatbox machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can just test this out. Just make sure it's not super loud so it doesn't annoy everyone. Yes, and then once you get a good feel for it, then go ahead and open it up. Cool. Good morning.
Good morning.
I need your attention for about the first minute or so.
Okay.
So look up here, please. Thanks. Okay, so today's Thursday. So just like last Thursday, we're going to do debugging. So you're going to find problems in a project, a mini one, and then fix it. This is just practice for you. Now, remember, if you're on Con, you're going to go to Thursday Con debugging. If you're on Sonic Pi, you'll go to Thursday Sonic Pi debugging and Scratch. Now, today's question is about debugging. However, we only have today and tomorrow, so make sure, as always, that you think about what your goal is for today. You don't have to finish your project tomorrow. You can spend all year working on it and all of next year working on it. As long as you're working on coding, then we're cool. Now, what we talked about on Tuesday with what to do when you need help, remember you follow these steps, because I will always ask you if you ask two people first. And we remember why we do that? Yes, no, bananas?
Because there's only one of you and a bunch of us.
Yeah! And sometimes there's going to be a sub here. And substitutes might not know how to code an iPad app. I don't know. Maybe they will. I'm going to be walking around with a tablet today. So this tablet, it is recording. Say hi. This is to share with the other technology teachers in the district. It's going to blur out your faces and all that stuff, so you don't have to worry about putting on makeup and doing your hair and whatnot. But
I want my face to be known.
you do? Sorry, it's going to automatically blur it.
No.
Yeah.
Literally,
Correct. So today, you're going to go to your debugging, do one of them, then work on your projects. Go.
Can we see the video after this one? Like, to see face work?
Yes, I should have it up tonight. Remind me tomorrow if you really want to see it, and I'll show you what it looks like.
Alright. Can we see two videos? And like Friday? One video, this video.
Yeah, after I show you the YouTube video, and then we talk about that, then we can. I'll pull it up real quick.
I'll try to.
Is it being? Okay, it is making sound. Thank you for signing that person out. So if you don't know what is missing, we want to go to C project page. Oh, so you did read the instructions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sarcasm.
Oh, I didn't detect it. My meter is off today.
There you go. Start dancing.
Is there music?
No.
That's kind of a weird dance party. I mean, it's cool if you want to dance without music, but... Do you remember the username and password?
Mine.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what the instructions are for this one?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is wrong with it?
See, look, watch. No. But it keeps repeating.
So why do you think it's still repeating?
It says repeat until.
Okay, so repeat until a costing number is greater than 12. Will it ever get to costing number greater than 12?
No.
So then, do you think you know what you need to do next?
No.
Okay, so what do we want it to do?
Stop once it's fully boomed.
Okay, so what is right now? It's supposed to stop on the last one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do we need to do to change it so it stops on the last one? We don't actually need any new blocks for that. Just based off of what you got right here, what's the biggest number that we have?
12.
So if the biggest number in our costume is 12, how can we get it so that it does this until it gets to 12?
Greater than 11.
Try it, see what happens. If it doesn't work, then we continue to debug the process. But if it does work, then you're good. Did it work? Awesome. So now there's another way you can also do this. Under operators, we could have also said, hey, repeat until costume number equals 12. But if it ever didn't equal 12, then it would have the same problem where it would just keep looping and looping. But this way also works.
So I hit remix.
Only if you want to save it. Otherwise, you just go into your project and start working. Yeah. Good question. Is that the same color as that? Okay, so did it work?
No.
Here, can I see the mouse real quick? I want to show you something. So I'm going to go all the way down here, being super careful, and then, oh, I touched it. So it worked. Now watch. Why did it only work one time? I'll give you some time to think through your code and try and see if you can figure out what you need to add. Is that where you're supposed to be?
I'll try it out.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to be doing?
Okay.
So what happens if you're not working on what you're supposed to be working on? Yeah. Let's not do that, Kay.
So how do I submit this project?
What'd you do to it?
Make it to dress up Snowman. This project I've been working on since last year.
I don't think I remember it. Did you work on this over the summer?
No. But I started it in the 4th quarter last year.
Huh. Click see inside. Do you mind if I look through your code real quick? Okay, so it goes to the next costume. Was this a remix or did you make it all from scratch?
No, I made it all from scratch.
This is cool. Receive shirts. Did you look at the bear project, the dress up the bear
that's
one?
how I got my idea.
Okay, cool. And did you read the comments that are inside of it to figure out what was going on, or is that one just pretty simple?
Something that's pretty simple.
Cool. Yeah, this looks good. And you got different costumes. Nice. Yeah, this is really good. So what do you feel looks so successful about this project?
I don't know.
You don't know? Does it do what you want? Okay, so that would be one thing that's successful. Does it do a lot of cool things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So would that be another thing that's successful? Okay. Doesn't have to be anything super big. Okay, so what I was just doing while you were thinking about that is I went up here and I pressed Command C. So this will copy whatever's up here. And this link right here is going to make it so that I can find your project later on and then put it on the website so other people can look at it. Then I pasted it here by doing Command V. So that way we could put it in here. So you're going to submit this. This will go to me, and tomorrow afternoon I'll upload a lot of the projects onto our remix projects so other people can look at. So you'll fill this out and hit submit. Do you know what project you want to do next?
No.
Is it going to be in Scratch, or do you want it to be on something else?
Scratch.
Okay. So to give yourself some ideas, on our page for the project for the quarter, this has some questions that you can think through at the bottom if you're not sure what to make. So like, can you make something that is exciting or that reminds you of a story, etc. If this doesn't give you some ideas and you want to like remix or see what other people did, you can click here and you can see what other people were working on. Once you have an idea, call me over so I can chat with you about it. Cool? So go ahead and fill that out.
I don't know how to read the thing. Like, how do you go to?
Okay, so we need to be in which program? Do you remember the name of it?
I think it was. Forgot the name.
You have it up on your screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is it called iTunes?
What? I put an X.
Okay, so go ahead and just click on this, and when you click on it, it now changes. So is that the correct program?
Yep.
Okay, so under File, do you remember where to go to bring up?
File. File. Open recent.
Mm-hmm. And what are you looking for?
Background.
Okay, so Beatbox Machine, Playground, and then you'll just pick up where you left off. And go ahead and cancel that.
Wrong one.
And we got working buttons yesterday, didn't we? Or Tuesday?
I think so.
Let's pull up your app and find out.
It was number 2 or number 1.
Yep, you got working buttons. Oh, it was already up. You can cancel. And then X. I'll be right back.
So if I want to do like, so there's many different animals as sprites on Scratch. If I want to do a name the animal, where you type in your answers right, like in that bar, and it says like, good job or try again, how would I do that?
Okay, excellent question. Go ahead and click on there. There is Trinity in, she's in the previous class, isn't she? She's not in this one? Okay. She made a really cool project that does that. I think it's under games. And let's see, trying to find the picture of it. Where is it? It's like something guess the cartoons. Click the back arrow. And go to Desert Thunder. So the Desert Thunder one contains all the stuff that people at Desert Thunder made, so I know it'll be in here somewhere. And we're going to try and find it.
That's mine.
Which one?
That one.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, somebody was actually just playing that the other day. Second grader. Where is it?
Can't you like search the name of the game up there?
So I don't remember the name of it, but let's see, TR. Can search for her projects. Is this it? play through this by actually trying it out, and then check out what she did with the code here to see if you can figure out how it works. And if you have any questions about it, see if two people can help you out, and if they can't, then you can ask me about it. But this will be exactly what you were just looking for. Can I ask a quick question? Sorry. Boo. How are you going to check to see if they click yes or click no?
I am going to put specific codes for each answer. So if they click on green, then it's going to go to a specific one for the specific question that it has.
Okay. So do you know what kind of blocks you're going to use? Have you thought through that yet?
No.
Okay, so right now you're just doing the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, when you get to the block part, you might get stuck on something. And if two people can't help you out with it, let me know. I'll show you a shortcut that you can use. Okay, cool. Did you finish your debugging? You haven't finished one yet. What have you been working on?
I tried working on this.
Which one? Oh, so can you go back real quick? I didn't explain this, and I apologize. I know you're new to working on Scratch, but the lower the number, the easier it is. The bigger the number, the harder it is. So these are like something I'd recommend doing towards the end of the year, like a number 4. So I'd try like one of the number 1s if you want.
I didn't even know that.
Pro tip. So go ahead and click on any one of them. And then here are your instructions for what it wants you to do. And then you click see inside to actually fix it and whatnot. Cool? Oh no, it went away.
Ah!
Boo! How you doing, Frank?
Hi.
What are we making?
Well, there's the Twinkie. And I don't know what to do.
I love that you put comments. That's awesome. Do you know...
I'm gonna do that. This is my debugging.
Oh, that's your debugging?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it... What are you trying to make it do?
I tried to make it have round edges, but I made a mistake.
Do you know how to make it have round edges? Would the two of you like a hint?
Yes, please.
Okay,
She's just going to go.
check this out. Under documentation, it's got a bunch of things, a bunch of links. When you click on them, it shows you an example of it. Now what I want you to look at is the one that says rect. So in rect, going so slow.
Danny, are you listening to music? Oh, okay.
Let me reload it. Might have to do the loading dance.
Check this out.
Look, it's a round rectangle. Why did it just reload? It's a round rectangle. Read through this thingy, and then check out how this one makes it round, but that one doesn't. And see if you can figure out. If you're still stuck in the next 2 minutes, let me know. Cool? Yes. Ask her.
I need help.
Okay, with, what?
I need the monsters. I need their swords to go move back and forth so that looks like they're hitting each other.
Okay. Have you asked 2 people for help on that yet? Okay, so was this the code that you're using to make it move back and forth? Okay, so right now, this is looping really, really fast. So it turns and then turns back. So what that's doing is this. So if my hand's here, it turns and then turns the exact same amount back. But if it goes so fast, it's going to just all of a sudden make it look like it's staying still. So what we want to do is make it slow down a little bit, because computers are super fast at doing a task like this. So do you know what kind of blocks you might use to make it so that this goes a little bit slower? Check out under control.
Seconds. Time.
Do you think you could help her with the rest of this? Cool. Yes. Yeah, so whenever this thing pops up, we have to type in the word underneath it. So we have to type in that thing as well. So it's saying CAPTCHA incorrect. And this thing is a CAPTCHA. So the reason why it's doing this is because it wants to make sure you're not trying to hack into this person's account and just like guess their password over and over and over. So it makes you slow down by typing in this thingy. So whenever that stuff pops up, just make sure you type it in. Otherwise it'll say the CAPTCHA is incorrect. So go ahead and try your username and password again. Good, you're welcome.
I finished this, and then I'll go into this.
Wait. Okay, so whenever you're programming something and we're making a function, we want to make the function be a unique name. So that way we're not like confused when we look at it and go, hey, why do I have two of these things that are called the same thing, do two different stuff? So right now we have an override function called viewDidLoad. But we have another override function called viewDidLoad right here. So we need to get rid of one of those. I'd get rid of this one. So you'll delete that whole line and then the next couple lines. You want me to show you a shortcut?
Yes.
If you just click and drag, you can basically highlight that thing, that section. And then press delete. And keep highlighting this curly brace. Down one line. And then up one line. Now press delete. Okay. Click on this little red thingy. Super can't be used. Okay, click on the one above it. No, we don't want to do that. Now the question is, why is it telling us that? You okay if I look at it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm doing right now is making sure everything's lined up so we can see where the end of our program is. It indents things based off of if it's inside of a function. So this stuff we know is inside of this line above it. This stuff we know is inside of this line above it because of the indentations. If it's all the way on the left, that means it's outside of our project. So this thing right here is actually the end of our code, and we want that at the very end. So now that I re-indented everything, see how it's not at all the way on the left-hand side? So that means it's inside of our code now. It's inside of our final curly brace. So now everything's working. And which part were you just working on?
I just finished that.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
Sweet. So did you try it out and make sure it works? Do you remember how to do that on here? Okay, so we want to hit the run button. It looks like a play button. And then it'll take a little bit, and then it'll re-appear here, and then we'll make sure that nothing crashes. And if everything's good, then you'll go to the next section and learn how to add in the funny pictures. Was he able to help you with it? Awesome.
So what would I do now? Do I create a whole new project?
Okay, so that's up to you. You could remix this, and then it'd be easier for you to just change what's already there. Or if you have a pretty solid understanding of what you're supposed to do, and you want to just do it from scratch, you could just go up to File and go to New, and then you could create your own from scratch. So it's 100% up to you. Setting goals? Setting goals?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I have to put this to make sure it works.
So, good. Do you mind if I ask? So what's What are these? Is that the different like objects, and then you're just writing out if you're done with it?
Yeah, if I'm done with it, like the dog and cat, it, like doesn't go away if I press the one fruit salad and trampoline to start, like that.
What made you think of writing it down like this and keeping track this way?
So just in case if I don't finish it and I'm wondering why it doesn't work, then I can go back and fix it.
So this is a fantastic way of debugging. So at the very end of the class, when we ask to share like how you work on your debugging, can you share this with other people? Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Awesome job. Sorry. Still keeping it super secret, so nobody can look at it.
Yeah.
How the drawings going?
Good.
Good. What are you working on today? What's it?
On new ones?
New ones?
Yeah.
And when you do the new one, are you just like starting from scratch and doing it, or are you just like changing what you've already got by making a copy of it?
I'm just doing this, put this down, and then
Oh,
duplicating
duplicate.
it, and then just put it to the side, and put it in this back,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of putting random numbers. Sometimes I use some of this,
Mm-hmm.
I shift duplicate it, and then I put it back, and then I mix it with the other stuff I have right here.
Mr. O'Leary,
Yes.
do you have Valeria?
Yes.
Do you send her in the office for parent pickup?
Yes. She's already got her backpack.
Thank you.
Yep. Make sure you sign out before you go. I have no idea. Do you get that to your teacher at the end of the day?
Yeah, we put them back inside the Chromebook cart.
Okay. Excellent idea. Would you be willing to do that? I'll be right back. Are you taking the Chromebook? Okay, never mind. Thank you. We have another volunteer who's going to do that, to take it for her. Okay. So, when you go through this, how do you determine when to change or add in new blocks?
When I look at the drawing, when I make it,
Mm-hmm.
and if it doesn't like look weird, I change it. Like sometimes I go to a different one, and then sometimes I take out some, take it out,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it makes it better, sometimes it makes it worse.
Yep. So based off of that, you'll like change it back or add in new stuff or keep changing it
Add
more.
new stuff. And
Cool.
change it.
That's a good idea. So that's an excellent way to experiment with something like that. Would you know how to make it draw a specific shape? Like if I told you to draw like 5 triangles, would you know how to do that? So that could be a challenge that you could try. Because you've got all these really cool ones where you've experimented with it. But another challenge that you could do, not saying you have to do it, would be to, okay, how could I make it so I press a button and it draws like a house or a face or a monkey, something like that. Make sense? So it could be another challenge if you want to do that. But otherwise, you can keep making these cool shapes. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that it knows that it's like say back to 2, and then it can be like if you press green, then go to this, and then if you press red, go to this.
Mm-hmm. Have you asked 2 people for help on that?
Now I have to ask someone else.
I'll give you a hint before you do that. Under looks, see if you can figure out how to use that. But you'll still need somebody else who might be able to help you with those things. Yes.
So right here it says switch to creeper, but there's no other costume. So how would I get it to switch to like another animal?
Okay, so it only gives you the options for the types of costumes that you have in here. So if you want to give it more options, you need to add more. So it either needs to be a picture, a file, something you paint, or something you pick from theirs. You're welcome.
Okay, so it's not just crashing, but do I gotta?
And it's making sounds? Sweet. So you can go to the next section. So to give you a little background, after we talked on Tuesday, I talked through specifically like why I feel this is important that they go through these steps and whatnot, and then try to really reinforce that. And I've been trying to do it while walking around as well.
Right.
And then when I'm not helping somebody with a specific issue, I've been looking at their code, analyzing it, and going, okay, where were they on Tuesday when I saw them? Where are they now? And how can I push them to go further with it? So that's basically what I've been trying to do throughout the time.
Yeah, no, I've heard it.
Cool. Can I look at your code?
I'm not really done. I'm doing that.
Okay. Do you want me to look at it later?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, 6th grade. We're going to share for the next 4 minutes. While you share, there are some questions that you can talk about, but one I'd really like you to talk about is debugging. Some of you have some awesome ideas for how to debug stuff. So stand up, talk, share what you worked on today, maybe share what your goal is tomorrow. Go. Gravity works. It's good to know. Do you want to have other people try out your app?
Yeah. But I have to, like, I don't know where the. Oh, you gotta go to here. And then go to Windows.
Oh, so I already added in each of those images on there. So this part is good. What I'd recommend doing is start with the coding stuff tomorrow. So for today, for the next couple minutes, just like share what you're actually working on so you can show people the cool stuff you're doing. Because this is professional level coding here.
It's a rap battle. So let's figure it out, man. They're like, oh, I lost.
Have you talked to other people yet?
Yeah.
Who'd you talk to?
Well, I didn't talk to them. They came to me.
Okay, so I saw Tyler came over.
Yeah.
Did you see what he was working on?
No.
Well, that could be something you could go do. So part of this is not just sharing what you did, but to see what other people did by having them share with you. So walk around, see what else you can do with Scratch. It'll give you some ideas. Did you share with people your debugging?
Yeah. I shared with her, Skylar, Daniela. Basically,
Cool. Share it with more people. It's a really good idea. If you're willing to. I'm not trying to force you to.
Did you work? No,
it was a part.
That was a part of it.
I'm not working on my own project.
Look. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you mean the voting thing? No. Yeah, that'll be another week. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye. It'll be blurred out. It'll just be this nice big blurry thing moving around. right, 6th grade. Thank you for sharing your debugging and the other questions that you're going through. Tomorrow's your last day in here, so before tomorrow, as your homework, just think through what you want to do tomorrow, what your goal is, your mental work. Sign out of whichever platform you're working on, go to the home screen, and quietly line up.
I know what to do.
Thank you, sir.
I let everybody try it out.
Did they like it?
Yeah.
Did they have any suggestions?
Anybody have any suggestions? But they didn't have suggestions. They just
They think it's perfect?
yeah. But the only thing that's like doesn't work is the play beat, and they won't like do it.
You'll do that, I think, in 2 more steps, 2 more of the bigger ones. And you can make whatever beat you want. Hey, 6th grade, that's not lining up quietly. Everybody go sit back down. So the directions were to line up quietly. The reason why I gave those directions is because all the sound in this room goes into the hallway and then goes into the library. And if there are little kids being read a story, which there are not, then we're going to be too loud. We need to practice that so when they are out there, we're not interrupting them. Right? And we're also not playing a game on our Chromebook when we're not supposed to be. Right? Thanks. Let's try this again. Quietly walk over, line up. You got 5 what? 5 pets?
Yeah, I'm Prodigy.
What's Prodigy?
We played Miss Hoskins lets us play it in math class.
Oh, cool.
It's the game that she was playing.
I don't know, 6th grade. That's not very quiet still. That's better. Thanks. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
It's a mouse. Oh.
Does it make my face
There's
blurry?
I think I saw Bigfoot. There's a blurry monster that just went across the screen.
I can't show you, so I want to see if it actually works.
Well, the blur is going to come afterwards.
Oh,
I can show you tomorrow, the blur.
it's like a code.
Yeah, so YouTube has a function in it under the effects where you can tell it to automatically blur, and then it'll try and find all the faces by looking at your eyes, the reflection of it, and then it creates a blur around that. Which is funny because sometimes it sees reflection and thinks it's an eye, so it'll like blur out the mouse. And you're like, there wasn't a face on that mouse, but
Let's say there's like your face right here. And
it might not blur it out. Yeah, so if there were a face on the computer, it would probably blur it out. So let's actually.
Mr. Larry's face. Let's see if he's famous.
You want to see my face on here?
I don't think your face is gonna be here.
Well, guess what? It will. Okay, so my face.
Cool.
Let's
Oh,
see.
there it is.
And then tomorrow at the end of class, remind me, and we'll see if it blurred out my face on here. Let me go back.
No, close your eyes.
Why?
On the camera.
So we'll see if it blurs out any of those faces
Oh, yeah.
on there.
And then let's see if it blurs out my face when it's turned off. Like my face.
What the?
When you close your eyes, it probably doesn't blur out your face.
You see my face. We will remind you.
Cool, thank you.
You have another class coming right now?
5th grade.
Okay.